let's take a look at those trending topics now.
All right, so we told you it's basically dominated by one issue, but besides this one, the national shutdown. So we saw national shutdown taking place yesterday, and in our news running that Zimbabwe was calling it a great success. Some others were asking, was it really? Did they get the numbers and the desired effect? Well, it certainly did make a lot of people stay away from work, and I think a lot of people not sort of taking to the streets, but staying at home and saying they were a little bit nervous or didn't want to go to work. So that's national shutdown, and yeah, but the desired results, is this going to be the way to achieve it? So those questions are still being asked, but that's still a very, very big talking point and trending topic.
Yeah, the only other thing for me that stood out about that was Santako, who had of course indicated that they would not be joining the strike, and but they did feel the need to release a few statements on Twitter, just explaining themselves. So I thought, oh, okay, that's worth noting, perhaps.
Indeed, they did, yeah. But comments from political leaders as well. I mean, here's just one, the first one that jumps up when I clicked on the trend, from Bantu Holomisa, saying, "The national shutdown strikes SA. Kusatu, please talk to your alliance partners who are messing up our country. Further, don't encourage voters to vote for these hyenas again." So everyone taking a shot at it and getting their moment in this national shutdown. Yeah. So, yeah, that's that one.
Took a while to get going, but it eventually did.
Indeed.
All right, that was yesterday's national shutdown. Let's have a look now at the next one. Hashtag Dr. Poppy, hashtag DA and EFF, and hashtag Motsoaledi. They all go together.
Absolutely. Including the ones where we took them out. It was South African and the South Africans, Zimbabweans, and she's 100%.
She's 100%.
That was a big one too.
So all of that speaks to, of course, this incident. We showed you the video yesterday. Dr. Poppy Ramatuba, who's the MEC for Health in Limpopo, going to Bila and is in a ward where she is captured speaking to a patient on video, and basically speaking to the patient and explaining to the patient why it is unfair that this Zimbabwean national, who by all accounts from what is said on the video, is in the country illegally, but here to have an elective procedure performed, a surgical procedure. Dr. Ramatuba then goes on to explain why this is unfair on the population of Limpopo's rural people, and she goes on to say these specialists who come in to perform these procedures, she has to get from other provinces to come to hers, because she's trying to bring that healthcare to the people of Limpopo, who are the rural poor. And essentially in that, and during her responses subsequently, invokes Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, and she says she understands why he does what he does, because as the Minister of Health, she used to go to him to the Musina Hospital, for example, that's overrun with foreign nationals seeking medical care at that facility. And you would remember Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi some time ago, when he was still the minister, spoke about this, about I think he said there was more than 70% at the time of foreign nationals at that hospital in Musina. So this has gone on. We're asking you about this in our question of the day. The DA and the EFF have responded to this, basically calling for Dr. Poppy Ramatuba to be removed from her position because, as they point out, what was wrong with what she did in that instance.
Calling them inhumane comments to a patient. That's what they were saying, the DA and EFF. So as you can see, this conversation has really evolved. But Twitter were, when you look at what people were talking into the sentiment, it appeared that a lot of people were in support of what the MEC was saying, that they were coming and saying, great, finally somebody's talking about it. This is what needs to be said. Somebody needs to vocalize the problem that is associated with the way our hospitals are overrun, that there are too many illegal foreign nationals, blah, 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 blah. But, I think the argument behind that is, and I think I said this yesterday as well, I don't believe this was the right platform. I don't think these were the right means to discuss these issues. I mean, you are the MEC in a province. Surely you have more power to speak to the authorities that can make a change, and not to a patient lying in a bed. That's just how I interpreted it.
And this is where we are asking you for your views on this, and hopefully we'll have further opportunity to discuss and dissect and not be reductionist about the entire situation at play here. So at Morning Live SABC, as we said, that's our question of the day. Let us know what your views are on that incident involving Dr. Popi Ramathuba, the MEC for Health in Limpopo, and a Zimbabwean patient at the Bila Bila Hospital. And we'll share some of those views as we go on.